Okay, this is another little short chapter. Chapter 24. Bobby's dad, Bill, had called over to the Millers to see if Bobby and Diane were ready to come home. Cassandra said that Charles was going to drop the kids off, but Bill said that was kind, but he and Mary were going to go car shopping and would save Charles the trip and be over in about 15 minutes to pick the kids up. Cassandra said okay and thanked them for saving Charles the trip. Bobby and Diane helped Cassandra with the few things she wanted done before Sunday's get-together with her symphony friends that would be at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Cassandra said that they were going to cook out hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken, and some brats, have some chips and dip and beverages and the like, out back on the patio after their practice. So she told Bobby and Diane to eat light, as there was going to be plenty of food in the late afternoon for all to enjoy. Tomorrow's meal would be some more common fare, after all the superb food they had been enjoying. But that was fine with Bobby and Diane. Diane said she was going to do her best to get her parents to come tomorrow, which Cassandra was most happy about. Bill and Mary arrived and thanked the Millers for all they have done with the kids. Charles said that they had been enjoying every minute of it, and it was clear that they were and liked being busy in their home now. They loved to entertain and loved being with people that had shared interests. Bobby and Diane hopped into the car and told Charles they were really excited about Sunday afternoon. Charles waved goodbye as they headed out the driveway. "Diane, do you mind going car shopping with us this afternoon?" asked Bill. "No, not at all," she answered. She was not about to let on that she was really enjoying Bobby's company now that they were becoming fast friends. And they were enjoying their musical journey together. "So what kind of a car are you wanting, Mom?" asked Billy. They were in Mom's older green Chevy Malibu two-door sedan. "I think we need something larger," said Dad. "Mom needs something better for grocery shopping and easier for all of us to get in and out of. I think we might be looking to a longer van, maybe something with 3 rows of seating," he concluded. They headed off to the Honda dealer and were going to look at a Honda Odyssey with a 3rd row of seating that would fold down when not needed, and it would be good for taking vacations in and carrying some things like wood and mulch from the DIY stores. Dad had been thinking about building some kind of a patio deck out from the house in the backyard, where they could put a grill, a round table, and some nice chairs to relax in. He was also thinking about adding some mulch around the garage area with some new flowers of Mom's choosing. They arrived at the dealership and Bill told the salesman what they were interested in and that they would be trading in the Chevy if the numbers worked out. Mom found a nice Odyssey in maroon with a 3rd row of seating and a motorized side door for easy entry into the middle row of seating. It also had a side step for easier getting into the van. It even had a button on the dash to pop up the rear door, as did the remote key fob. The interior was a darker tan, which Dad liked as it would not seem to get soiled as fast. Bill was a tough negotiator and was happy about the trade value and the overall monthly payment. Part of the monthly commission from the new city insurance contract would more than pay for the van. Mom was really happy to get a new car, and Dad was glad she was glad, and that they would have a more appropriate vehicle for family use. While they were signing the papers, the dealer got the van ready. Within about 30 minutes, they were on the road in their new van, and Dad let Mom have the first drive in the new van. Bobby and Diane checked out the 3rd row of seating and said it was kind of odd for the first time to see where they were coming from and not seeing where they were going. Bobby really liked it. They headed home and Bobby walked Diane to her door and said they should ask her parents about coming tomorrow to the Millers to see all the fun they were having. Diane's parents thought it would be great fun and agreed, and now the Masons had the vehicle to make the transport all possible. They said they would leave about 2:30 p.m., but Bobby told them to have a light lunch after church, as the Millers had planned a little cookout afterwards in the late afternoon. Everyone was excited about that, and the possible meeting of some of the symphony players. Bobby said goodbye and enjoyed a hug from Diane before they left. "I'm going to take my cassette deck tomorrow and make a copy of our practice today," he announced to Diane. "That'll be great, but you'll have to make two, as I want one," she announced with a smile. "Deal," said Bobby, and said goodbye to everyone and headed home. Diane pointed to the new van in the Masons' driveway and asked her parents if they liked it. They said it was beautiful and big, and it might take Mary a while to get used to driving a bigger car. Parking might not be so much fun. They closed the door and sat in the living room, and Diane told them all about the new music, the recording, and the wonderful food they had for brunch at the Millers. "The Millers really know how to treat their guests," she added. "You will see tomorrow when we go," she promised. She headed upstairs as she had some homework to finish, and she did not want to have to worry about it on Sunday, which was going to be great fun. She wondered if she was going to have trouble sleeping thinking about all of tomorrow. She didn't. Sunday morning came and Bill decided to take everyone to IHOP for breakfast. And of course Bobby had no objections to pancakes with whipped cream on top. Mom and Dad also had pancakes, but Mom the usual peanut butter, and Dad just butter and syrup. Everyone had eggs over easy with hash brown potatoes. Bobby milk, and Bill and Mary had coffee. When finished, they hopped in the new van and headed out for church. Everyone had a great time as there were 2 baptisms this day, and one was from a boy in Bobby's class, Jerome Jasper, who was also in the school band, and one from Diane's class, Molly Baker, who had math class with Diane and Bobby. That was very nice to see. After church, Bobby went home and decided to practice the new music from Cassandra, and then thought maybe one day this week he would also practice from the school music book. Bobby practiced for about 45 minutes. He then went downstairs and joined Dad watching the Sox home versus the Mariners. They would only see a few innings as they had bigger plans coming up. Mom was finishing up some laundry and had just taken out of the dryer and was coming into the living room to join the boys while folding it. It was a nice afternoon that was about to get more exciting in about 45 minutes. Bobby, in a half inning, called over to Diane's, and Mrs. Davis answered and asked Bobby when they should come over. Bobby replied, "In about 25 minutes, the new school bus will be pulling out," he said with a laugh. "Okay," laughed Mrs. Davis back to him. "We'll see you soon. Goodbye."